Hello ladies and gentlemen, and Idiot Imports is sponsored by PlayAsia, who most likely supplied this game to me unless I specifically mentioned that they didn't. You can follow the affiliate link in the description to buy this game from PlayAsia to support me and my channel, and you can use the coupon code BLUEVITA to save $3 off your order. Thanks for your support, enjoy the show. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maximo and I'm here checking out the full version of Valkyria Revolution. In Japanese, not English, not yet anyway. And I'm really not looking forward to this. You know that sinking feeling you get when there's a game you're looking forward to playing and then you start playing it and you get this slowly intensifying feeling that you're not really enjoying what you're playing, and it just gets to the point where you don't even want to go back to the game anymore. This was me after finishing the first chapter of this game. I've done the prologue in the first chapter, I'm on to the second, and I've got about 2 hours of game time right now. So there you can see that. If I'd sat around and watched all the cutscenes though, that'd probably be like 3.5 or something like that, just because of how many bloody cutscenes there are in this game. It's pretty much exactly the same as the demo was. Like, everything plays out pretty much the same as the demo with, you know, the obvious additions of like a town to run around in and stuff, but we'll go have a look at that shortly. While you're out here, you can do a few things. Like, you can go to the archives of the Revolution, which will let you do, like, a story recap, including things like the cutscenes. But I think I've got cutscenes about to play in the story mode itself, so I don't think I'll worry too much about this. But as you can see, it's even in English. It's a little odd. You've got a compendium, which is basically your encyclopedia. You can come back to this screen at any time by going through the start menu when you're not in the mission. You can talk to Richter, who looks like a woman. Is Richter? I don't even know. And a pocketbook, which is like relationship events. I have already opened this before. I don't know why it's giving me that tutorial again. But yeah, it's a bunch of events related with a bunch of different cutscenes. So we'll just ignore that. And we'll head straight back into the game. You talk to this lady and she'll drop you back into the game's hub world. Loading times aren't great. About the same as the demo. It's just, there's so many of them, which is the real kicker. But anyway, here we are. We're in town. And when we're in town, there's not that much interesting we can do. We can talk to people. Sometimes you get like little standalone cutscenes with your teammates, and there are places you can go, like shops and stuff like that, to buy materials from, and you can use those materials to do things like make new BDUs. We'll get onto that shortly. I'm gonna have to do all the front loading the stuff here again, just because that's the way this game kind of goes down. So here's a merchant. You can buy materials from him, and you can also sell stuff if you feel like it. There's also things like potions and stuff like that you can buy. All the shops sell different things. So what does this guy sell? He sells just different types of metal by the looks of things. There's a shop around here that sells things like MP and HP potions. They are very useful in this game. That's how you get to a different part of the world. You just walk out the door there, but we'll ignore that for the time being. We'll just wander on over to the left side of the street, because there's something over here that you need to come to well, not so much a fair bit, but you do want to come here from time to time. This is the armor shop. You can buy armor pieces just straight up, or you can craft them. I've already crafted something here, but the thing is, it's basically just you put in some materials into a bunch of slots, depending on what kind of armor piece you want, and then you go and do a mission, come back, and the BDU will be ready. The problem with the BDU stuff is that you can't wear more than one BDU across all your party members at any one time. So that's kind of frustrating. You have to use one or nothing. And they all have different kinds of effects. Like, for example, if I just hit the party menu up just to demonstrate what I'm talking about, there are different effects, and they are different things from carry more grenade ammo to take less damage when you're blocking, you know, stuff like that, and you generally have to pick one or the other. I assume you'll be able to improve your BDU stuff later on, but right now you can't do that. You can come here to change the battle palette, although you can do this at the beginning of the mission. You use XP that you earn in-game to you use XP that you earn in game and disposable things like this, like these things here, to get more XP to improve your characters, and these all do different amounts of things. And if we come down here, we can develop new sidearms and stuff like that, and you can equip them across everyone that you've got active. So if I wanted to make this gun here, it would cost me 160 credits, and then it'll ask me if I want to equip it. I probably do, because it's a powerful gun, so yeah. Generally, you have to wander around the world looking for all the story events, and then once you've found all the story events, it'll let you go back to the headquarters. Well, you can go to the headquarters anytime to do, like, side missions, but once you've done all that, you go back to the headquarters and you can do the story mission. That's basically how it works. So we'll go and talk to this guy right now. And we have... This is basically like mini side missions, the idea being that you do these things in mission and you'll be able to collect the rewards for it. Like this one down here, I think, is take out enemies using wind-related arts. This one here is finish a mission, I think. I'm not entirely sure what this one is. So yeah, as you can see, lots of Japanese text. It's kind of hard to translate with the Google Translate app. You do get these little shard rewards here that give you bonuses to specific things that I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to translate, and a bunch of it doesn't translate very well just because of the way the screen works. Which is unfortunate. I've already seen this tutorial. I can't even remember what it's for, but oh well. So you've got a story mission, you've got free missions, and we'll focus on free missions, and there's a battle here too. We probably want to take part in that, but yeah. Let's go do this mission here. No, actually, I think this is a training mission. Oh no, I'll do it. So, you pick 4 characters that you can take at any one time. There's up to 8, I think. 8 can come along at a certain point, and you can swap out different characters, like at mid-mission points, which is kind of annoying. I'd like to be able to pick from everyone in my party in one big go, but oh well. Won't spend too much more time in the menu. We'll just head straight out into the mission. Yeah, this is a training mission against some human enemies, so it'll at least give me some decent time to explain all the different kinds of mechanics and stuff we're working with here. So the way this game works is that it's kind of like an action RPG, but at the same time, it's weird. Like, ow. At the same time, it's weird because you can only attack when you're marked as ready. So, you're often left doing an attack and then waiting until all your ready comes back, and then you can do another attack, which means that you spend multiple seconds doing basically nothing. You can swap between characters to be constantly doing stuff, but that just gets more confusing the more you do it, so that's kind of annoying. You have one basic attack chain that you can do by pressing the circle button once. You have to commit to the entire chain. You can hold X to run around. You can take cover behind specific objects. So this wall here, for example, I can, well, if I wasn't moving, I could take cover behind it. So yeah, I can take cover behind it like this. If I hit triangle, I can do my special ability. So we got spells here. And some of these spells are, like, some of these spells are friendly, some are enemy. So what does this one do? It does damage. This one here, this is healing, I think? Yep, that's healing. And all the spells work like that. You can also use things like sidearms. That's got a sting. And you've also got items, and you can direct order, which means you can pick anyone who's currently doing something and order them to do something. So I'll just order him to throw a grenade in that rough direction and hope that something happens. The game does have things like battle conditions, like I'm currently depressed right now, which will lower my effectiveness. There are a bunch of things that can influence things like depression and stuff like that, depending on how well the battle's going in your favor or their favor. I'll explain that once I'm in a mission that's actually kind of relevant to that concept. And that's basically it. Like, you can order your guys to do stuff if I remember the right button for it. So as you can see, I'm ordering all my troops to do specific things right now. There are 3 modes that they can do. I don't know what they are off by heart, like what one is what on this little force screen here. But I know the 3 main modes are attack, defense, and support, which is like healing and stuff like that. And you can order everyone to do that at once. And you can also order like individual people, although I don't exactly remember how to get that done. As you can see, we're carrying around different spells with different characters. And the AI is fairly competent at handling itself, but the thing about it is that, well, with most of the battles, it's really effective to spam magical spells. Like, seriously, spamming your magic attacks is really effective if you manage to get the thing up at the right time. Sure, they do them by themselves. I don't know what the fuck I was shooting at there, but they do them themselves, which is perfectly fine. That was a very quick fight. They do take care of a bunch of things themselves and all that, but at the same time, if it's in your best interest to spam as many spells as you can, they probably won't do it. There are ways to get around this, and I'll do one more mission before we go fucking around with that. But, yeah, the AI it's competent, but not entirely intelligent about what it really needs to do, which is why you probably want to be direct ordering them more than anything else. So, let's go and do this battle. This battle will be a little bit more interesting. And then we'll go do the story mission, and hopefully they'll have some cutscenes we can look at. You get a bit of a briefing, and then you come back to this screen again, and I should probably swap out my guys. I mean, there's... So, can I swap... How do I swap people out again? The menus are a little annoying. Also, yeah, you can come here to change what spells you've got equipped. Every character has different levels of spells and stuff like that they can equip, and we can also give her a different gun if we want to, but there's really no point of that. Alright, here's how we swap characters. So I will swap... I'll just swap everyone to the first person I can find. Thankfully, everyone gets leveled up, so nobody gets left behind in the mission, which is perfectly fine by me. So you don't really have to, worry about people lagging too far behind, although you might have to, like, play around with their battle palettes and stuff like that to really make them more effective, but, yeah. I'm not going to claim to know too much about where this game's going to go in its next few hours, but, I mean, honestly, if I couldn't get through 2 without getting bored of this, this gameplay, then, well, there you go. So, away we go. There's a treasure chest here. We can open that up. No, I keep forgetting it's not the circle button. It's the R button. That looks like some kind of material. Anyway, away we go. So, enemies. Let's beat the shit out of them. He's already a bit depressed, because you can see the morale meter up the top there. The morale meter is basically how well you're doing versus the enemy, and depending on if it's on your side or their side, you'll be more likely to do things like inflict different bonuses on yourself and them. Like, these guys are all deathly afraid right now. So since they're deathly afraid, they take an absolute ton of damage because I've got a massive upswing of morale going on here. And if it was the other way around, I'd be doing not so well myself on that. The problem with this game's gameplay is that it's boring. It's legitimately one of the most boring strategy-style RPGs I've played in a long time. And that's my fucking phone, of course. Apologies for the interruption, so let's get back into it. I just realized I have a time limit to get this video done, which is about half an hour, so hopefully we won't need that long. But as I was saying, the gameplay is boring. Even playing on normal, the game feels like a cakewalk, and that's one of the main problems with it. It just seems way too easy. I know I'm only in the first couple of chapters and all that, but I'm just steamrolling basically everything. The only hard thing that's been in the game is a boss that was entirely too tanky in comparison to everything else you'd fought up to that point. That was the only thing I found even remotely challenging. That was just because the guy could block pretty much anything unless he was in the process of attacking, and it was the most annoying goddamn thing in the world. We got a mech here, but the mech's not even that challenging. If you want me to be honest, I assume you do. But yeah, you hurt the mech enough in its legs or something like that, and it'll just fall over and let you flail on it, which is what it's doing now. Since you, since there's basically no difficulty to it, and there's no real need to actually employ any real strategy here, it's really just kind of dull. Like, there's really nothing that's engaging about it. The actual action really isn't that good, because, again, you only have to press one button, or you just go into this, like, turn-based menu thingy. It really doesn't feel like they wanted to take advantage of either the strategy side or the action side, and so both just kind of flounder, and it just really sucks. So let's head on up here. As we can see, my morale is absolutely topped out, so nothing is going to be able to stop me right now, and it's going to be just boring as sin for the next few minutes, and I do apologize for that, but there's nothing I can really do. This is just the way the game works. It really is. Like, as soon as you've got, like, maximum morale, the fights are basically over. You just need to go through and just, like, wail on them for a little bit. That's all you can really do. And it just hasn't held my interest at all. I've played a few of the side missions. I've played every story mission up to this point, obviously, and there's nothing. Like, it doesn't keep me entertained or engaged in any way, shape, or form. I need a map. I need to know where the hell I'm going at this point. That's probably quit mission. Tap the middle of the screen, maybe? Nope, alright. Just head out in this direction, I guess. Hope I find the way. Nope, that's not the way. Okay, might have to go through these tank traps. Yeah, there's enemies on the other side of these tank traps, so... assumedly I have to get through these, or find my way around those. No. Those boxes really look like I should be able to smash them and walk through, don't they? Like, it's not just my imagination, is it? Right, here we go. Down here. You might be able to argue that the game's not, the game doesn't really encourage you to, spam your magical spells, but you can carry a ton of, like, the, potions that recover your mana, so there's no reason not to, really. Again, I know I'm only in the first couple of chapters, but I'm so bored out of my mind that I don't want to keep playing, which means I'm gonna have a hell of a time playing through this again in English, but oh well. Where am I going now? Up here? Yep, that'd be about right. Hello! I'd show you a boss, but the boss is at the end of like a 20-minute mission. Well, to be fair, considering I know how to finish, it's probably not 20 minutes, but at the same time, it's an annoying mission that I don't want to put in the effort to go through. Right, that's saying I need to take out all the enemies before I try to open the crate. It's just annoying, really. Like, it's a decent idea, and a lot of people were actually really looking forward to this until they realized that it was like an action RPG, because it's part of the Valkyria series, which is a relatively well-acclaimed series of tactics RPGs. And I mean, like, turn-based tactic RPGs, like actually turn-based, not something like this. A lot of people were worried that this game was going to be crap just because it didn't really focus on the actual tactical RPGs of everything, on the actual tacticalness of everything, and it just seemed to want to balance between the two while not actually trying to balance. This is probably the thing where we could send here to kill, but oh well. Let's throw out a grenade. Just put it between the two of them. Impressive that I don't manage to kill myself there. Tanks, this is literally just what fighting tanks just goes down to. You just gather around them, beat the shit out of them, and yeah, you win, basically. Is there a hard difficulty? Is it unlocked after after you finish the game once? I don't know, but God, I feel like it needs it. I feel like it needs it right now. Alright, time to go through all the menus and stuff and show you what all that is related to. Alright, so we're back here again. If I hit the middle of the touchscreen, it'll bring up the party menu. Now, the party menu lets me go and check out all the people, but there's not that much you can see here that's really useful for anything. You got your basic stats, your potentials, and your ranks, but that's all available somewhere else. Your BDU is, again, it's a armor set that goes across everyone, so you need to find out what exactly you're going for with your playstyle for everyone in the party. And the problem with everyone in the party is that everyone in the party is quite different. They all have different magical abilities, weapons, and stuff like that that they can carry. So having a BDU fit across everyone just doesn't seem like a wise idea. Item screen, obviously, materials, your magical spells are here, and you can see that some people have them equipped, and your BDU stuff's here. Yeah, here we are. Here's the personal screen. So you can see that little meter up in the top there that I'm currently switching through. That lets you determine whether or not this party member will act as an attack, a defense, or a support character just right off the bat. So if you want to do that, that's fine. The potentials are all skills that you start with, and they all do different things. Like, for example, this one here, I did go to the effort of translating this one. This is, whenever this guy gets depressed or scared or anything like that, he immediately shrugs it off, which is a brilliant ability. And, you know, every character has a few of these. You also have the manifest down here, and the manifest is basically a, it's the way, it's like diversifying the AI. It tells the AI what to do more specifically, like, focus more on your healing spells, focus more on attacking, focus more on conserving your MP, stuff like that, right? You've got a list of things you can do here, and as far as I'm aware, well, you can, I guess you can unlock more as time goes on, but either way, you can, yeah, you can use these to determine what the AI does, but again, the AI seems perfectly capable of taking care of itself, and then you can just order it around when you need it to specifically do something. So that kind of works. So and that's a community screen right there. We do actually have a community event available, so we might as well go watch that. But I want to, hang on, where is that right now? Okay, I'll just have to go back to the town and hope that it's there. The community events are like little cutscenes with the two characters, models just standing still and talking to each other, you know. A lot like your typical Musou game. We'll just see if it's actually here. If we wander around, we'll find it. Yep, there it is. Literally right in front of us. Perfect. Not even any voice acting. What a jip. Skip. You get the idea just from that few seconds there. Alright, let's go and do the story mission now and see if we actually get a couple of cutscenes to watch. I'll only make you sit through 1 or 2 before I skip, because seriously, there's a ton of them. You can have like 6 or 7 cutscenes in one go, and if you try and skip one, it won't skip all the cutscenes, it'll only skip until the next loading screen, and then you'll have to skip again, and again, and again, and again, until you actually get to the gameplay. And considering that I can't understand a word of what they're saying and the subtitles disappear too quickly for me to effectively translate, there's no point in me actually going to the effort of actually watching it. So, let's go do a story event. Hopefully this will be a cutscene. Lots of briefings and... Alright. Yeah, those guys will do. Let's just head straight out. There are different kinds of missions, but it all really just kind of boils down to the same thing. We'll just go in, kill everybody, do what you're there to do, and get out. And if do what you came to do is shooting everyone, well, that's convenient, because you're already done, and then you can just get the hell out. So, there you go. Come on, cutscene. Thank you.
Nani? くそ、もう来たのか。こっちはまだイプセリア撤退の混乱から完全には立ち直っていない。持ちこたえられるか。
我々の任務は 敵部隊の撃退だ。殲滅ではない。他の隊との足並みを揃える。深追いはするな。攻撃開始。
Was that it? That was it! Holy shit, that's the shortest cutscene I've seen in this entire fucking game. But you get the idea, it is stuff like that. Okay, it's just telling me that I can get up onto high places and hide in grass, but why the fuck would you do that? Like, unless you actively have to stealth it, why would you do that? The game's easy enough as is. Like, see, that guy's... Like, I barely got the morale meter on my side. That guy just went fucking nuts and started shooting everybody he could. Yeah, why would you bother? The game's so easy that you don't even really need to stealth. You can, like, do things like hide behind buildings and stuff too, you know, take cover and all that, but again, it's just really unnecessary. There's no real point to it. Okay, that's a little bit more worrisome. But, like, did you see how little of my health those shots take off? Like, seriously, I can barely see the 1 pixel that I lost. Playing with different characters doesn't really relieve the whole monotone stress of the strategy. You might as well just pick, like, the one character. Excuse me. You might as well just pick the one character that's good with their physical attacks and just stick with them, and then go with your default, and then just go with the direct order for pretty much anything else. Let's just go and take out everyone else that's fighting around here first. I just got stunned. I do have a block, but it's not very useful. Wait for ready. I was going to say that the game runs fine, but I haven't actually seen it drop frames like this before. It was a little bit of surprise when we heard that Valkyria Revolution was getting a Vita port. It got announced like a month before the game came out in Japan. Well, not a month, it was more like 3 months. But like, we'd known about the game for a fairly long time before the Vita port got announced. And it was weird. Like, it was really sudden and nobody knew what to make of it. But yeah, otherwise it looks okay, it does its job. The game does have this weird problem where if characters get far enough away, they get level of detailed so hard that their animations move at like 15 frames. Like, they're very clearly moving at like half the 8 frames of animation that they were as soon as you get like a few steps closer. It's really weird. Don't even know why nobody was bothering to attack that then, but I'm not gonna ask questions. Like, see, look at that axe. Look at the way the axe is moving. It's moving intensely slowly. So let's just blow him the fuck up. So yeah, can I get up on there? No. No, do I have to find another way up on top of that thing? Because there is a base up there that I can capture. The question is, can I actually get up there somehow, or do I have to, No, I have to take the long way around. Which is annoying, but we can do that. Did we just completely leave that? We did! Fuck him! I don't even know why he didn't notice the rest of his unit got wiped out, but screw him! We can just wander up here, hide in the grass. Can he even see me? Yes, thankfully he's not as dumb as a Metal Gear Solid guard. I like Metal Gear Solid, but their guards are stupid. Alright, let's go take this base. Arigato gozaimasu. I don't know how to do Japanese battle cries. Come on. Nice fireball. Yet someone who will stand behind cover. Alright, what have I got that can help with these guys? That'll do. Alright, we get the base. And, I don't think... Right. No, do not do that. Do not do that. I don't know why they let you do that, actually. If you press R at that point, it'll take you back to your base. Like, I legitimately don't know what they're going for there, but it's a thing. It's a thing that exists. Alright, I guess we'll just head up this way. I don't know when this story mission is going to end, but I like to think you've got the idea already, so that if I have to drop out of this, like, halfway through, you won't be missing too much. No, I think this is just, for, like, treasure chests and stuff. I'll probably find my way back and go up that other trail. This is really just, like, scouting for resources and stuff like that, and I don't plan on playing this version again. Just open up that treasure chest. Like, why couldn't I just hit that to open it? It just seems like an obvious, like, quality of life thing. Just let me hit it instead of just, instead of pressing R on it. Because it's like, you know, I'm not going to be opening it if there's enemies around because you actively stop me from doing that. It just seems like the obvious thing to do, but I guess not. So there we go. Will the AI know how to do that? I don't think they do? That's weird. Thankfully, they just teleport to you, because we couldn't be bothered making actually decent AI for movement. Hello, mofos. Grenade out. That didn't actually hurt them that much. Probably because they were blocking. No big deal. Yeah, there we go. Got him from behind. Positioning does actually matter in this game, but again, considering that the game's not that difficult, it's almost entirely unnecessary. Bazooka Joe the fuck out of his legs. Alright, now everybody needs to get on the attack because they're very clearly upset. Come on. Why are you just blocking? Hit him for fuck's sake. Okay, apparently this does something. I'm not entirely sure what this spell does. Everybody has a bunch of different spells, and you have to configure all their spell circles, or palettes, sorry. You have to configure them all individually, so good luck. Well, not so much good luck with that. I mean, when this game comes out in English, it probably will be a fair bit easier to do. Have fun with, you know, spending the time to do that, though. I had a feeling that was going to happen. You can see my potential triggered there, which was one of his character's special abilities. Doing okay. Probably should put, I don't know why it's suddenly solo and not the entire group. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how to change that from solo to group. Or force, or whatever the bloody hell it is. We took out their leader though, so let's go and get this base down here. Did you just reload in the front of the goddamn enemy? Well, I'm gonna use one of my health potions on this young lady here. Just so she's got the health to work with. I don't even know how she lost half of it, but there you go. Okay, well, we got leaders. That's a good start. Do we have a target yet? Come here. Yay, that's the mission. Alright, honestly, this game bores me. It really does. The combat is just nowhere near interesting enough. It's just dull. Just spamming your spells is way too effective. The game's way too easy. And it just seems determined on holding this space in between strategy and cutscene.
作戦は終了だ。祈祷する。
待ってください、アムレート。私たちへの説明が少なすぎます。いくらあなたが優秀な隊長でも横暴ではありませんか。
Look at those trees. They've all got massive black outlines. Screw this, skipping the rest of the cutscenes. So, yeah, as I was saying, the game is just a bore. It really is. The combat is just nowhere near interesting enough. I don't know if the plot's gonna do anything to make up for it, because again, this is the Japanese version, and I don't understand a lick of Japanese. But it just seems really underwhelming. I'd happily take a HD port of Valkyria Chronicles over Valkyria Revolution at this point. And, well, I'm gonna have to play this again, aren't I? Maybe the plot and, like, playing it in English and all that will help me understand it a bit better. But, you know, there's never any real guarantee of that. I'm gonna be here skipping cutscenes for a while. Yep. Alright, screw it. So, I'm just going to end the video off here because there's no real point just going back to it. So, this has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.